Hey, Bunny Bundrick here. We are back and we're ready to mix together the cornbread dressing. I was just looking at the recipe to make sure that I had everything. I tried to make it bigger because I keep losing these. So anyway, we are ready. It has swelled up. It said to let it set for an hour and allow it to swell up. So it is swollen now. It's good. And it's heavy. Okay, so now we are going to add 2 cans of evaporated milk, sage, 1.5 tablespoons of sage. This is rubbed sage. I didn't notice it because I go to the store and without my glasses and I'm like, yeah, it's like looking through the hole and stuff. Have you ever done that? You can see stuff if you look through the hole. It's all about lighting. Anyway, so this is rubbed sage, which is different from ground sage. Anyway, throw some sage in there. This is 1.5 tablespoons. And then a 1/4 teaspoon of black pepper. And I went ahead and put that in there. And 2 eggs. We got 2 eggs. And a stick of melted butter. And this is still hot. I've got the butter in here. And so, and then it says salt to taste. So, mine may be a little more saltier than yours. And then it says mix well. Potato masher works great. I'm ready. Mixture should be about the consistency of unbaked cornbread. So, if you've never made cornbread, you might not know what that's like, but I know what that's like, so you'll figure it out. And then it says a note, Charlene's note, I usually put 1 serving in a greased ramekin and bake the night before to sample if I need to add more salt, etc. I told you that earlier, and that's a really good idea. So we're ready to do this. So we've got 2 cans of evaporated milk in my extra large bowl. We got another can here. I'm gonna put these over here. And then the sage, I'm gonna kind of spread it around a little bit. I don't think it's gonna matter because you're gonna smash it all up, but you don't want it all to be clumped up together, so just kind of do it like that. And then the pepper just the same way, kind of like that. And then 2 eggs. I think I already mashed, I thought I already beat I already beat these eggs, so add your eggs. And then a stick of butter. So here's the stick of melted butter, and so I'm gonna pour that in. And so then it says to, again, mix well. A potato masher works great. And you know what? All of that bread is kind of, I wanted to say dissolving, but it's not dissolving. It's just kind of crumbling all in there. Like, so the big chunks, they all soaked in. It all soaked in and swelled up like the recipe said. And so anyway, I'm just going to do this and get all of the stuff in there and make sure the big chunks of bread are all in there. So you just mix it all up, and that's that. Okay, and then it says to pour into greased oblong cake pan and bake in preheated 425 degree oven for 30 minutes. So I'm going to get my cake pan. It didn't say metal or glass. I like this glass one. And so, I don't know, I'm looking at this and I'm thinking, is this all going to fit into my cake pan? But I know it will. I know I haven't been led astray, but it's an interesting concept. It's called conservation. You can Google that, but people have a hard time seeing that this will fit into something else. So like if you have two different size glasses or bottles and they have the same amount of liquid, it doesn't look like it. That's why like restaurants and stuff might give you a skinny tall glass and it looks like you have more. Anyway, I'm gonna pour that in here. It says grease, but I haven't salted it yet. So I gotta find my spray. You know, most of the time I just use butter, but I'm gonna spray this because that's what it says to do. There it is. Okay, so before I pour it in there, I'm gonna salt it. Make sure I got the salt instead of pepper. My sister gave me these little things, the kind that we had when we were young, the Tupperware. I love them. So I'm gonna taste it. It may not need much. So anyway, I'm gonna salt it. It just depends on how much salt you like, I guess. I could probably use a spoon, but anyway, I think that's enough. You know, you can always add salt. That's the thing. Don't use too much salt. Even if you love salt and you're a saltaholic, you got to go easy when you're cooking with it because you can really mess it up. So I'm going to try to pour this in here without spilling it all. And it still just doesn't look like it's going to fit. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Hope it doesn't splatter. Yeah, it splattered on my computer. Here we go. Oh, is it all going to fit? Oh. Perfect. Look at that. I knew Grandma wouldn't lead us astray. Isn't that amazing how it just all fit right in there? Okay, I'm going to put this up. And so that's it. So you're going to put it in there for 30 minutes at 425, and then you have to turn it down. So after 30 minutes, you come back, you turn it down to 350, and it says continue baking until desired doneness, at least 15 minutes. So I'm going to put this in for 30 minutes, turn it down, and then I'll have to see. I've never made it, so look at that. I'm going to open this, and I'm going to put it in there without spilling it. And that's why I love this pan. This pan has handles, and I love it. This is my favorite pan to cook with. It's glass pan. Okay. Alright, that's in there. And for those of you who don't already, you ought to put some aluminum foil in the bottom of your oven just in case. So we'll be back in probably 45 minutes.